Deep in the cavern, the giant green monster continues punishing the Rat King. Having ripped out one of its eyes, the monster holds the bloody orb and remarks that while the sewer rat's eyes smell foul, they taste delicious. The monster then grabs the cowering Rat King, acknowledging its cleverness for hiding and sending a subordinate to pose as the Rat King to be defeated by the authorities. This reveals the creature Wu Tiancheng fought was merely a decoy. However, the monster delivers a final, chilling warning. If the Rat King fails to dig tunnels as commanded, it will still die. Meanwhile, back at Shanghai High, the day of Lin Zichen's personal challenge has arrived. As he walks toward the gym, he is the subject of intense gossip. Students point him out as the arrogant first year who dared to challenge the entire school, with many eager to watch. Lin Zichen, however, is focused on his phone, where he is looking at a wanted notice for the 9 fugitive members of the Rat God cult, noting the 500,000 yuan reward for their capture. He thinks of them as a walking fortune, but his practical nature takes over, and he reminds himself that if he ever encounters one, his first priority is to stay safe before thinking about the bounty. He arrives at the gym to find it packed with students surrounding the fighting rings, just as he had hoped. Looking at the sea of potential opponents, he knows the large turnout is not just due to his challenge, but also because of the final part of his plan, the participation prize. To motivate the crowd, Shen Qinghan stands on the sidelines with a megaphone, announcing that every participant will receive a lottery ticket for a chance to win generous prizes. The announcement works perfectly, and the male students erupt in excitement. They shout about the amazing prizes, including the latest game consoles and smartphones, though one boy is more interested in the possibility of touching Shen Qinghan's hand during the lottery. This same boy eagerly reaches forward to be the first volunteer. However, before he can finish speaking, a female student leaps over him, stepping on his head as she declares she will go first. This opens the floodgates, and a massive, chaotic crowd of female students rushes forward, trampling the boys as they all clamor for a chance to fight Lin Zichen. Soon, the fighting ring is filled with a large group of girls who have surrounded Lin Zichen, eagerly declaring they want to challenge him. The challenge, however, quickly becomes his female classmates fawning over him. One girl touches his arm, excitedly exclaiming how strong he feels, while another caresses his face, admiring how handsome he is. Completely surrounded, Lin Zichen thinks the situation has taken a strange turn. He feels reluctant to fight girls but steels his resolve, knowing that to complete his achievement he has no other choice. He begins to concentrate his power. With a series of gentle but firm pushes, he sends the girls flying out of the ring one by one. Finally, he unleashes a wave of energy that repels them all at once, apologizing as they are cleared from the ring. After the chaos has settled, Lin Zichen checks his system. A notification shows his progress for the survival of the fittest achievement has now reached 309 out of 1,000. Despite being defeated, the female students are undeterred. One girl with pinkish hair eagerly raises her hand, shouting she wants to challenge him again. However, Lin Zichen stands firm and coldly announces that according to the rules, defeated challengers may not re-challenge. The girls are crestfallen, with one complaining about the unfair rule. A large, muscular student and his friends step forward, and their leader cracks his knuckles, angrily declaring it is now his turn to teach the arrogant junior a lesson. This proves to be an empty threat. Lin Zichen effortlessly defeats opponent after opponent with single punches, and his system shows his survival of the fittest progress has climbed to 419 out of 1,000. Soon, he stands triumphantly atop a massive pile of unconscious students and calmly asks who is next. Just then, a new, more formidable challenger steps forward, declaring he is still there to fight. He leaps into the ring, and the other students immediately recognize him as Yan Xiaoxuan, the overlord of the second year's top honors class. They begin to murmur, wondering who will win. The consensus is that Yan Xiaoxuan has the advantage, recalling his legendary reputation for once defeating an entire class single-handedly, though he was eventually put in his place by a third-year instructor. Yan Xiaoxuan lands in the ring and addresses Lin Zichen, telling him he was once arrogant just like him, but was taught a valuable lesson. He explains that he learned there is always someone stronger. He then launches into a condescending monologue, offering to teach Lin Zichen a life lesson. Completely ignoring the speech, Lin Zichen turns to the teacher and simply asks if he can begin. The flustered teacher quickly declares the start of the match. Before Yan Xiaoxuan can finish his advice, Lin Zichen interrupts him with a single, devastating kick that sends him flying across the ring. As Yan Xiaoxuan crashes into the far wall, Lin Zichen casually puts a finger in his ear, remarking with relief that it is finally quiet. The students are left in stunned silence. They shout in disbelief, questioning how their school's formidable overlord could have been defeated so instantly and wondering just how powerful Lin Zixin truly is. The stunned silence is broken by slow, deliberate clapping. A new challenger, a muscular student with spiky red hair, makes his way through the crowd. The students immediately recognize him as Chen Wuxing, the #1 student in the entire school, and they erupt in excitement, assuming the real show is about to begin. Lin Zixin watches the newcomer approach, thinking this is a classic case of beating the young one brings out the old one. Chen Wuxing lands in the ring with a confident smirk, remarking that he never expected Yan Xiaoxuan to lose to a junior. However, just as he is about to start his own speech, Lin Zixin again cuts him off, turning to the teacher and asking to begin. Over Chen Wuxing's protests, the teacher starts the match. Enraged at being ignored, Chen Wuxing charges forward, surrounded by a blue aura, declaring it seems he will have to beat his opponent to make him listen. Lin Zixin meets the charge, his own fist glowing with a yellow aura. Their powerful blows collide in a massive shockwave. Chen Wuxing apologizes, but Lin Zixin simply states that he is in a hurry and unleashes a powerful punch. The blow is too much for Chen Wuxing. It sends him flying backward, his shirt torn, his face a mask of disbelief as he questions how this is possible. The entire student body watches in absolute shock, their jaws hanging open as they witness the instantaneous defeat of their school's strongest fighter. With the school's strongest fighters defeated, Lin Zixin turns to the still stunned crowd. He points to a random student and tells him to get in the ring to fight. The student points to himself in disbelief, and Lin Zixin confirms it, stating they haven't fought yet. The student nervously asks him to be gentle, but Lin Zixin smiles and reminds him that if he participates, he will get a lottery ticket. Motivated, the student rushes into the ring, and Lin Zixin promises to go easy. His promise is short-lived, as he immediately knocks the student out with a single punch. A system notification confirms that his achievement progress for survival of the fittest has increased by 1. Seeing this, the rest of the student body realizes there is no shame in losing to someone so overwhelmingly powerful, and they still have a chance to win the lottery prizes. Renewed enthusiasm sweeps through the crowd as they all surge forward, motivated by the prospect of winning a new smartphone. What follows is a systematic and effortless series of victories for Lin Zixin. He stands his ground, easily dispatching every student who challenges him, with his system's counter ticking up by 1 with each defeated opponent. After the final student is defeated, a large system notification appears, announcing that by eliminating 1,000 different competitors, he has successfully completed the achievement. Another notification immediately follows, confirming he has finally acquired the new biological attribute, survival of the fittest. Lin Zixin clenches his fist, a look of pure triumph on his face, ecstatic that his long and arduous challenge has finally paid off.
Thanks for watching. I'm going to see you next video.